For this video, I've got a really simple, very beginner-friendly disappearing 9-patch quilt, but with a little bit of a twist because it's a little bit more of a modern style of a disappearing 9-patch. Hello, I'm Kathy from the Delfield Quilt Company. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. I'm a quilter and I share the projects I'm working on and how I made them via this channel. It's been a little while since I've made a disappearing 9-patch, but I really do like them because they're really simple to sew and you can get quite a bit of variety out of a disappearing 9-patch by just cutting it a little bit different. If you're interested in seeing some more disappearing 9-patch videos, I do have a few other ones on the channel and they all look different. I did one with mini charm squares, which is this one here. I've got this disappearing 9-patch one with a really nice scrappy look. Then I've got this disappearing 9-patch that looks quite different than the other ones, and it looks a lot more orderly. So if you're looking for a more organized version of a disappearing 9-patch, you might want to check that one out. So the quilt I'm making today measures about 54 inches by 60, and it does take 4 charm packs, so it's very charm pack friendly. It takes 3 solids and then 1 of a print. So you really can use whatever charm packs you want to on this. If you want less white space and more print, just swap out one of the charm packs for another printed version. Okay, to sew this one, it is very simple. Basically, I'm just making 9 patches, but I'm going to do 4 different pattern sets of the 9-patch. Here are those 4 different sets. But then I'm going to cut them all the same to create this modern version of the 9-patch. All right, so let's get started and I'll show you how to make it. So if you're using pre-cut charm packs, which are essentially 5-inch squares, make sure that you have 42 in each pack. And again, you need 3 solids and then 1 of the pattern. So in the quilt that I made, I used Sketchbook. This is a Ruby Star Society, which is a division of Moda Fabrics. And it's just got some really nice, fun, modern prints, which I thought were really good for a modern quilt. For the demonstration though, I'm going to use a different set of Ruby Star fabrics. I think this was Heirloom. Just because I had these on hand and I didn't want to waste a full pack. And for the coordinating solids, I'm using Bella Solids and it's number 9900 PP-12. I'm not sure what color that is. For our combinations for our 9 patches, this is what we need. We're going to need 4 sets that have 4 of the printed fabric and 5 of the solids. And then we're going to need 4 sets where there's 3 of the printed fabric and 6 of the solid. And then we're going to need another 4 sets where there are 2 of the printed fabric and 7 of the solid fabric. And then lastly, we're going to need 6 sets where there's 1 of the printed and then 8 of the solids. So I'm going to make 1 of each, but just know that you need, for most of them, the 4 sets, and then that one that has just the 1 print, you're going to need 6. And if you do that, you will have enough plus I think a few little extra pieces to make the quilt so that it is 8 columns by 9 rows. And you want to make sure when you're putting your sets together that you just get a good variety from your charm square patterns, just to have it be a little more exciting. Okay, for set 1 here, I've got my 4 prints and then my 5 solids. And to sew these together, I'm just going to sew them by rows first, and then I'll sew the rows together. Okay, and when I'm sewing these together, I just like to daisy chain all of the pieces, which basically means I sew the first 2 pieces together, I don't cut the string on the sewing machine, and then I just line up the next set, sew it, line up the next set, and then get a big string of the pieces. Saves a little bit of time for me, and I think it helps keep the pieces organized. All right, I'm going to use a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Normally I use a scant 1/4 inch, but for these disappearing 9-patch blocks, it really doesn't matter as long as you are consistent. Okay, now I've got the first column done, so I'm just going to cut my string now. And then you see how I have these chained together. Now I'm just going to flip it open. I'm not going to press it yet, and then I'm going to add the next piece, or the last column of the 9-patch. And if if you're new to daisy chaining, I just wanted to show you how nicely it keeps these 9 patches together, because I haven't cut those strings, it just keeps them in order. And now before I sew the rows together, I'm going to press the seams open. Normally I press seams to one side, but the reason I'm pressing these ones open is because when I cut them, the ones in the middle are going to be much smaller pieces, and I'm thinking that they will lie a little bit nicer by having the seams pressed open. But you certainly could do whatever you'd like to do. It's your quilt. Okay, now I'm ready to sew the rows together. I'm just going to start by lining up those seams here. If you're new to sewing, you just want to really make sure that you take the time to line your seams up. That way it's going to look much cleaner when you go to cut this. And I'd recommend putting a few pins in as well. Sometimes I don't use pins, and I think it depends on how perfect I want the project to be. If it's something I just want to do quick and it's not something I'm giving away, I'm probably a little less cautious. But pins certainly are a great way to keep your pieces lined up. All right, and then I'm just going to sew 1/4 inch along this seam here. When I'm done with that, I'm going to press the seam open and then sew on this last row here. Okay, and that is the first combination of 9 patches. And you need a total of 4 of these. All right, for the next set, we're going to take 3 of the prints. If it helps you remember the order, you basically start with 4 prints, then the next set has 3 prints, the next 2, and 1. So 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'm going to just grab 3 prints here. Again, I'm trying to mix it up a little bit. Okay, so now I've got 3 in this one, and you can really put this in whatever order you want. So maybe you want it to cluster it together a little bit. That might give you a neat pattern. I'm just going to stick with what I did earlier, and but know that you can mix it up if you want to. All right, so just like before, I'm going to sew the rows first and then sew the piece together. And here is the finished one with the 3 of the printed charm squares. Again, you do need 4 of the set. Okay, and for the next combination, I did go ahead and sewed it because it's exactly the same process, but this time just 2 of the printed charm squares. And again, you need 4 of the set. And then the last set is just the one, which I've also sewn, and you need 6 of this set. Okay, once you have your sets all sewn, now we just need to cut them, and we're going to cut them exactly the same way for all of the sets. Now you do need a really long ruler, so if you have one of those 24-inch rulers, that would be perfect. In cutting this, it's really simple. We're going to cut it right down the middle vertically and right down the middle horizontally. And you do probably just want to pre-measure your distance in the middle just to make sure that you're going to be halfway there. Mine's 4.5. So then I'm going to do 2 1/4 from the seam allowance here, and that should get me right in the half. And then same with the other side, if you keep these together, and then right down the middle. And then you're going to just repeat that with all of your combinations. I am going to sort these as I cut them, just so I have like sets with like sets, like these are all just one color. This just has this one vertical. That way when I lay the quilt out, I can pull from these different sets and get a nice variety. All right, I'm just going to finish cutting these, and I'm just going to show you a little bit of how I put these together. Okay, so I've got all of my pieces cut, and now to put this together. So this quilt calls for 8 columns and 9 rows. And when I lay this together, I am just going to try to mix it up as best I can. I'm going to turn them, just see how they look. I'm going to try to get a good balance between the ones that are just white versus the ones that have that little pattern. And I want to try to mix up my colors. And you can arrange this whatever way you want. That's the beauty of this project. And I would recommend probably laying the whole quilt out. Just make sure you've got a good balance of the different patterns. All right, once you have it laid out, then you just sew it together. All right, so I hope that you liked this disappearing 9-patch tutorial. If you have tried 9 patches, I'd love to hear about it, and if you have any unique patterns, please share, because they're just such a versatile quilt. And this one again was super easy, and if you're new to quilting or if you just need a quick quilt, this is one that you can make really quickly. There's minimal cutting because you're using pre-cuts, so super simple. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't yet, please subscribe and visit the little shop at delphilquiltco.com. Have a wonderful day.